does Spirit need you to know? What are your obstacles ahead, challenges that you don't know about? Setbacks. It's like you want to reach out and touch them from the other side. All right, so I'm seeing a little bit of a broken heart here, but this is a twin flame connection. It's very scattered. I'm not sure whose perspective this is from, but I have opportunities here to get everything in the world that you desire, including love, but there's something wrong with this connection. It's not going through. This is a twin flame union. One person is woke, the other person is not. The person who's not is, still like, oh, I don't believe in God, I don't do this. And they're not moving. I don't see them making any effort to start something new with you. I see them from the other side, like they're all the way over there, all the way. They don't have enough to come forward. That's why they can't collect on this happiness here. There's an uncomfortable truce where you guys have, this is like between battles. That's how they feel. Or how you feel if I'm talking, no, this person wouldn't be here. I'm talking to somebody who is waiting for their twin flame to return. And we have the uncomfortable truce. You're here thinking, I have a feeling that this truce is for the rest of your life. You're going to have to collect at some point. He's going to have to collect at some point, because this happiness, it's so weird. It's you're better off not seeking out your twin flame. You were better off before them. You would be much better off after them. That's just how it is. This part of your soul is always going to be the shadow self. I'm hearing his spirit guide say that this truce will be for the rest of this life. That you should stop chasing, that you're better off before, and you'll certainly be better off afterward. There's an uncomfortable truce here that is saying isn't just for the time being a battle between battle. This is after you guys are done in a certain life, then goes the rest of your life. That's the truce. That's the time where you put down your weapons for just a small amount of time. It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. This is when you know something can ensue at any time. Spirit just let me know that the harder, depending on how bad your separation was in the beginning, because some twin flames come from like the same celestial cloud, celestial constellations. There's also twin flames that are made from a person doing a horrible thing, or a person being the victim of a horrible thing. The soul shatters. The soul shatters. So that means every time you do something that's extremely traumatic, that has to do with usually taking another person's life or, being part of a war effort. There's some really awful, traumatizing things that when those happen, the soul splits. A piece just falls off, gets catapulted away. And unfortunately, that piece is always looking to find their whole. But what that piece doesn't understand, that it's still designed by God. And in that, it is already whole. There's already a oneness. That's the problem. That's why the chaser runner thing never really works, because it's not meant to swing back and forth like a pendulum. It's not. You're going to be chasing each other around the world forever and ever and ever and ever. And although it seems like you can turn it around, that's only on the matters of dating. That's not really the matter, because there's always the piece that broke off that's forever looking for its home. But again, through God, through the spiritual awareness, you realize that that piece is already one whole. It's not a half of anything anymore. That conscious part broke off, like multiple personality disorder. But instead of it being within the same body, it's moved away to become its own. You see? So, that being said, oh, I didn't even... So moving on to this Nine of Swords upside down. This would indicate that there's already passing of feelings. Things moving away from you. It might even indicate that somebody you know has depression because it's far away from you. It's no longer at your back the way it had been at this point, at some point when the truce first started. This is you holding this position, or the other person, really. It's the both of you. These two cards in my spread are usually ones that you both share. It's the self and the feelings. And with the twin flame connection, it really does ring true. At this point, we have a gradual fading of feelings. I will do a whole spread. Close this in a little bit, make room. I wasn't planning on but I guess I am now. So if you are dealing with any, actually, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to turn the light on. Okay. Oh my God. These cards are very hard to read. It's just, there's not a whole lot of contrast. Ooh. These come out. The Chariot, Light, and Wands. This is for your water aspect of your reading. What does the water side? Because you could have aspects in water, of course, but if not, it's telling you how to balance out your life. What is what you need to do if you were not part of this? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups here. Turn your nose up to something here. That's what you really need to do. If you're Scorpio, that is something you need to do if you haven't done it already. You know how there's like the dark night of the soul? Well, you are the white night of the soul. You have issues. You have issues that you need to overcome. This person gave you a lot of issues, I feel. All of a sudden, you didn't know who you were. You didn't know how to handle things from... You're like, I don't get it. You know what it reminds me of? It's maybe a bad example, but it's like when I used to smoke. And when I was about 32, I was having a hard time quitting. Now, most of the times before that, maybe it was only like the last 2 times that I had started smoking that I had a hard time quitting. Every single time before that, when I wanted to stop, it was no problem whatsoever. And all of a sudden I found myself going like, I don't understand why I can't do this. I'd always been able to do this. I can't do this. But that's because you're dealing with your twin flame. This is like fucking 9/11 on your soul. I mean, that's just what it does. There will be death. There will be pain. There will be destruction of the old self. That means what worked for you before will no longer work for you now. And you need to use that information to get toward the light. Because you are the white knight of the soul. The light knight of the soul. This Pisces here. Now, Pisces in general is saying that you need to go on like a vacation. You need to go somewhere because this, either move on. I'm feeling it as like go for a rest. You need some time to kind of collect your thoughts. Get off the internet, social media, just totally back away because you are overwhelmed with responsibility. This is when you can handle this responsibility when things are doing like A-okay. I think you maybe thought, but there is some kind of like from the 9 to the 10, there's some kind of like straw that broke your back. And that's this motherfucker right here. You're like, no, I say when. I'm the one that says when, but nope, absolutely not. Totally broke your back. You can handle 10, but you cannot handle 11. Certainly not. Even at the worst of times. Something tells me that you're used to dealing with like one kind of like bullshit after another. Just like one issue, another issue, some kind of trauma, some kind of drama, some kind of trauma, some kind of drama. You gotta cut it out. That's like no way to live. We all kind of do that, but let's deal with the fire aspect of your reading. The Chariot, same here. Cool. The King of Cups. So we have the Queen of Cups. Oh no, this is Queen of Swords, sorry. King of Cups. King of Cups. They're saying that you're still like gaga over somebody who doesn't care about you and they're not your friend. You come up as a queen, confused about a knight who you think is a king, but who does not care about you. You come up as a queen who is confused and not... You come up as a queen that needs to move on because you're confused about a knight who you think is a king that does not care about you. You have lots of options and lots of opportunities. I'm going to say that again. You have lots of options and lots of opportunities. You need to move on to collect these options and these opportunities. You have more opportunities than options. So I would consider moving on from this person if that's what your deal is. I think that's what your deal is. If you are dealing with the Earth aspect, they're telling me you have one foot in the Chariot right now. You keep going in and out, energy going back and forth. I really want to have faith, but no, I don't. This is stupid. I really want to have faith. No, this is fucking stupid. This guy's an idiot. You know what I mean? They're saying that right now. The earth aspect is saying that you have to remember that it was just sex to begin with. But you have, it's saying again, you have more options. Same card here. You keep blaming what happened on your issues as a person. You need to have, you're losing strength here. You just feel like you're really just sinking. Honestly, you were better off without this person to begin with. You were better off, never meeting them. You were. Because you feel like you're losing faith in the outside world. You feel like you just don't have any faith in humanity. You don't have any faith in people. You don't have any faith in men. You've always been treated badly by men. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say badly. I would say out of the 7 men in your life or 7 relationships, that kind of thing, there's been good and bad, obviously. I mean, I guess that's really fucking generic. Oops. I don't want to use this one. I didn't want to. Actually, now that I put that one down, I feel like I have to use it. 2 1s. 2 1s. Okay. What is the air aspect saying? The earth aspect is saying that you've had better sex than what this person gave you. A little bit of unprocessed pain here. This isn't them. This isn't them. This isn't totally them. There are 2 sides to every story. They're saying I'm correct. You have father issues. Daddy issues that you successfully carried into all your bad relationships. I'm going to say that again. Father issues that carried over into your bad relationships. And they're saying I'm right. You have a lot of work to do. I think this could not be any clearer. I mean, good for you for meeting your twin flame. That's one of those lifetime and an opportunity things. Not everybody does. But remember that the soul splits for a lot of reasons, and hardly any of it is romantic. It seems that way because usually there's usually people that are damaged anyway. Everybody's fucking damaged, but it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be with them. Like I said before, you have your own path now. This is many, many lives ago. Spirit, can you tell me how many lives have they had together so far? You said you guys haven't even gotten started yet. You keep fucking it up though. Eventually toward the end, they're saying of 1,000 lives, show me the 10 of cups. Toward the end, you guys will start to get back together. It sucks. It's like losing sight of your identical twin. You have to let them go. Just let them go. Again, we have that truce. They're reminding you the time that is between lives. That at this point, you're going to have to put down your sword because you are between battles here. You're done with them in this life. You are done with them in this life. Do not worry about them coming toward you because they do not love you. They have changed you forever. You have lost hope in humanity. You have had better sex. This is not only their fault. You have daddy issues that have successfully made it into all your relationships. Unprocessed pain. You haven't made it past a certain age emotionally. You haven't made it past 16 years old, maybe. Be careful. I would definitely go through all these things if you can, because it's too much for you. You have like 9 different issues. So you don't really have any business being in a relationship. You know, it doesn't mean you can't be in a loving relationship with your family, people who support you, with friends, even with yourself first. But I think that if you were to go looking for love in any place right now, you are the wild card. Like, follow, share, guys. I do appreciate you. Have a nice day.